Perhaps the times we are in have robbed me of my ability to be astounded or amazed. I've certainly been shocked, overwhelmed, hurt, frightened, bored, and generally hunkered down. But I don't know if I have lately felt amazement, which feels much more positive, akin to wonder. The Gospel of Mark claims that the people who heard Jesus in the synagogue that day were astounded. They heard something that they hadn't expected. The sparsely worded sentences in Mark don't elaborate on what that meant. Were they astounded because someone who walked into their worship space in dusty sandals with a few fishermen in tow had something interesting, wise, or insightful to say to them? Or were they astounded at what he had to say? Did he present ancient ideas in a way that suddenly made sense to them, sounded new, or actually seemed to be for them? We don't know. Clearly, something unexpected happened that made them sit up and listen. How often does that happen in church? It happened that day, and it leaves me to wonder, what happened next? Did they want to know more? It doesn't appear that any of them got up and followed him. His fame spread, but what did their astonishment lead to? When was the last time that you were astonished by the words of Jesus? We've heard them all over and over again. Have they lost their capacity to strike us? That's the actual root of the word in Greek. Is the good news surprising to us today? It's hard to escape the reality of the world, and in my more jaded moments, the good news seems astoundingly absent. And then we should remember the rest of this gospel reading. Jesus wasn't the only astonishing figure in the synagogue that day. There was a demon present. It had taken over the body and life of a man. Now, in Mark, the demons are always quicker to know who Jesus is than anyone else, because Jesus' presence is a threat to the demons that have possessed humankind. One of my favorite passages in Scripture comes from the first letter of John. Perfect love casts out fear. This exorcism in the synagogue is a living parable of that. Without knowing him, Jesus loved this man so perfectly, filled him so completely with perfect love that the demon could not remain. It's even possible that Jesus loved the demon that was equally imprisoned. It must have been hard to stay in control of a human being all day long. I have a hard time controlling myself. They were both set free. Bible studies are never just about the characters in the stories. They are there for us to apply to our lives, our times, our mission. Personally, I see lots of things loose in the world right now that look like demons to me. It would certainly be astounding, astonishing, amazing, and awesome if Jesus dropped in and cast them all out. How wonderful would that feel? But what would we have learned? Would we have learned how to keep the demons at bay, to recognize them when they come around again? I doubt it. So we have to look for the astounding teaching of love that casts out fear and be it in the world. The model is here, right in today's reading. Jesus tells us the truth and then shows what it looks like. We say that all are beloved. The next step is ours to take. I'm struggling with judgment now, which so easily overwhelms my ability to practice what I preach. When I'm judging someone, I am not declaring their belovedness. I saw a collection of photographs taken by 6 different photographers of the same man. Each photographer was told something different about him. One, that he was a millionaire. Another was told he was an alcoholic. One was told he was a fisherman, another a psychic, and a couple of other things. The differences in how they captured him were startlingly, astoundingly clear. The photographs revealed what the photographers thought they already knew. We see people as we expect to see them. Now, that is not to say that people who do bad things shouldn't be held accountable, but how we think about them makes a difference. So, here's an exercise for you. When you hear harsh judgment of someone escape your lips, stop, take a breath, and change what you are thinking. Change it to, you are loved by God. You deserve to feel loved. And then go for the big one. I love you. And may you know freedom and peace. There may not be an instant Jesus-type healing miracle, but don't let that stop you. And be prepared to be astounded when the first place you begin to see a difference is within you. It's amazing.